know, some companies, which I won't name here, they are just like, okay, look cool, who cares about articulation? Todd McFarlane. Anywho. Welcome back to the channel. Today we have a very special review. We're going to do a toy review of the Spartan Mark VII and Spartan Gungnir 2-pack from the Spartan collection made by Wicked Cool Toys, obviously from the video game Halo Infinite to be specific. The reason I say that is you can just tell by looking at the armors, colors, the visors, all that stuff is all from Halo Infinite. Really excited about this 2-pack. I didn't even know about it until a couple of weeks ago when somebody just found it. So I don't remember seeing any promotional images or any official release date or even an announcement for this 2-pack. And I was lucky enough to finally track it down from Target. So with that being said, guys, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and check out my other toy reviews as well. And we will go ahead and look at the box first. All right, so first things first, let's take a look at the box of the action figures. Spartan Mark VII and Spartan Gungnir on top there. Got the Spartan collection on the left side of the box. Got two beautifully displayed action figures in the front here. I think this looks really good in box if you're an in-box collector. Got all the accessories shown, the hands, the visors, all of that fun stuff. Let's see, on the bottom it says Halo, 17 pieces is what you'll be getting. And then on the side right here, it says UNSC. It's not as prominent as previous editions of the action figures, but it is there. Let's take a look at the bottom. If you want to go ahead and use this for in-scan use in store, go ahead and screenshot it right there. And then let's take a look at the back really quick. Let's zoom in. Spartan Gungnir with accessories, BR-75 battle rifle, MK-50 sidekick with additional hands. Spartan Mark VII S7 sniper rifle, MK-50 sidekick with additional hands as well. Love this shot. They look really cool there. Can't wait to take them out. Let's take a look at Series 5 Master Chief from Halo Combat Evolved. Have that one. Kelly07, never picked her up, but still kind of debating if I find it. I have found it, but I skipped it at the time, but we'll see. Maybe like a discounted price or something like that. Spartan Rogue with accessories, and George 052 from Halo Reach, each sold separately and subject to availability. Let's take a look at the other side here as well. Let's go ahead and zoom. Spartan Gungnir with the nice little headshot, and then Spartan Mark VII with the headshot as well. Nothing really on the top, just UNSC, and then the back just says Halo the Spartan Collection. Guys, let's go ahead and crack this thing open. And there you have it, a side-by-side comparison of the two Spartans that you'll be picking up if you do get this 2-pack. They do have differences, and they also have similarities. As far as the articulation goes, I'm going to go ahead and just talk about one figure because the other one does have the same exact articulation. They're on the same body, of course. And the aesthetics are obviously different, so I'll go ahead and individually go through those. And we'll go through the accessories as well individually because they do come with a couple different things here and there. So without further ado, we'll go ahead and start with the Mark VII. All right, so first things first, we're going to go ahead and take a look at the Mark VII Spartan armor. I want to talk about the paint first and foremost. We have a nice olive drab green with a silver wash going around the majority of the body. You have it on the legs here. See that silver sheen there? Looks really nice. You have the thighs and the crotch and the chest and back area more of a tan color with brown splotching on there. These colors remind me more so of the like desert colors, and I think that looks really cool. I think it really grounds the Spartan aesthetic in like reality. I would say it's not as colorful as other things you'll find in the Halo universe, but I think it looks great. There's some shots of the back there. Nice color scheme, honestly. I think it looks cool. I think it looks a lot more realistic. I mean, if you were in war, you wouldn't be wearing like bright orange like some of like the previous Gungnir Spartan that we got, and then the other one here was red. But I get it, it's a video game. So another thing I want to go ahead and talk about, focus in, is the visor. The visor has a more of a slim look. It has that kind of armor piece in front of it that makes it more of a thinner looking visor. It's not as reflective as some of the other ones that we've gotten, in addition to the Mark VII one that we got in the first wave. It's more of like a smoked glass look. I like this a lot. I think it looks great, honestly. It looks like more like stealth, and for whatever reason it makes it feel like there's an actual head in there, so that's pretty cool. I believe we've gotten this chest piece before. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but it looks fine. It could probably use a black wash, as I've said with all of my Jazzwares / Wicked Cool Toys figures. Sorry, I know I keep saying Jazzwares, but just to get it right either way. It could use a black wash. This whole figure could, and I think it would bring out a lot of the detail, but I think overall, as far as a base figure, it looks solid. Let's talk about the accessories on the suit as well. This is a body that we've gotten before. Everything from the waist down, minus this little piece, was the Gungnir armor, the orange one that we got before. On this one though, we have kind of like a nice little utility pack on the left side. We may have gotten this before on one of the other figures, but I can't, I'm blanking right now. But I think it looks fine. They got a silver finish. One thing about Wicked Cool Toys that they do like to do is a lot of silver finishing is what I've realized, but it looks fine, no issues there. And it doesn't really impede too much as far as the articulation on the figure goes. So let's talk about the shoulder plates. The shoulder plates are asymmetrical this time around. Before, we have not gotten that. They've always been symmetrical as far as the Wicked Cool Toys ones go. One side is this, so that looks cool. This is this, actually no, it's not the same as the Gungnir. I was just checking that figure out. Looks fine. I think it looks good. It's hefty as well. That silver wash does not, I think it does it justice, honestly. That looks like actual kind of metal if you look at it right there. And then the other side is more of a widened out shoulder piece, as you can see. I think they did a nice, not wash, but a dry brushing rather, in the right places. It makes it look metal again. The helmet looks good from the back and everything like that. A couple of paint pieces aren't really there. This should have been black like previously, but that's an easy fix if need be, as well as the vents right here too. So looking at the back, you have this brown blotching on the tan, and you have that in the front as well, but looks good, makes them look dirty. I think they did a lot more in the paint department as far as these figures go too, so glad to see that. I think with the whole Spartan collection and just the figures that this line has produced, they've been doing a lot more, and that's really nice to see. They don't just kind of fall back on, hey, this sold, so let's just continue it. They seem to be innovating a lot more, so that's great. The back is the back, nothing too crazy there, so that's the paint and that's the aesthetic there. Let's go ahead and talk about the joints. All right, so we'll start off with the helmet here. As far as looking up, so that is me actually pulling the helmet off. So let's pop that back. This is how far up he can go. It's honestly more just looking straight up. It's because of the way the helmet is built. It kind of just starts to block in the back of the top of the back area. So he doesn't get to look too far up. As far as looking down though, there you go. Looks good. I don't really see anybody using it this much, but if you need him to look directly down, he can do that. It's just kind of impeded when he looks up. As far as the swiveling, you can go all the way around, no issues there. And you can just swing back around there as well too. So no issues as far as that goes. We have the ball hinge shoulders. There you are. Boom, boom. He can do full cross. And then you also have the bicep swivels as well. So let me show you those. Boom, boom. Both sides work very well, no issues there. Double jointed elbows, as we've seen on all the Spartans pretty much. And then we have the wrist swivel hinges as well. So got the hinge there, and then they swivel too. And I'm gonna go ahead and show you the hands, the extra hands in a little bit. Ab crunch, that's as far down as he can look. So let me show you what the back looks like when I do that. Boom, you do get that gap, just FYI. It seems like they shaped the back to look exactly like the bottom of that armor plate. So whatever you want to make of that. So that's what he looks like when he's looking down. So as far as looking up, let's go ahead and, now this one, it doesn't really, honestly, he doesn't really look up too much as far as the ab flex. With that being said, these Wicked Cool Toys, they've had a tendency to pop off, so I don't want to go further than that because I already know what the result is going to be. So just FYI. One thing I want to note while we're looking at it is all the joints, like the pegs and everything, they are all colored appropriately. Like this is not gray like the undersuit would be, so that's good. I'm glad they did that. A lot of companies don't do that, so that's cool. So that's the abs. Let's see, we have a thigh cut swivel. both sides. Double jointed knees. Now, as far as the knees, this line has been infamous. I will say, compared to the Rogue Spartan from Halo 3 in this line, these look a lot better, and I think the reasoning is because of the just the shape of the knee pads. I think that's what it is. So there's that. From the other side, look. Yeah, I don't think that looks that bad, to be honest with you. They can only do so much, right? I mean, it's a $20 figure, and obviously you want quality, but they got to make it functional too. It can't always be just look cool. You know, some companies, which I won't name here, they are just like, okay, look cool. Who cares about articulation? Todd McFarlane. Anywho, moving on to the articulation of the lower part, the ankles. It's your standard issue. Ankle rocker. One thing that's cool about this line, it does have the toe joints as well. So, boom. There you are. Let's just go ahead and take a quick look at the back. So there are your joints. They did extend this here. In other figures they didn't, so that you would not be able to bend it as much. I think they really are listening to the community, I think, honestly. So that is the Mark 7. We'll take a quick look at the accessories and then move on to the Spartan Gungnir. First things first, I want to go ahead and talk about the sniper rifle that we get in this set. It is a sniper rifle we've gotten before with a little bit of an adjustment. The sizing is totally different. So let me go ahead and grab the other one. It's just right here. Boom. That was the old one. Quite the length difference. And I can tell you that the barrel on this was totally just rubber. This one's it is rubber, but it's like a harder rubber, so that's nice. As far as the paint goes, they changed the paint on the scope, more of a kind of like a off green rather than the green on this one here, and then they added some more orange highlights there. So there's that. As far as the screen as well, you still have the blue there, and then the blue on those pieces too. The new one looks a lot better. As you can tell, the clip's bigger. Well, it looks bigger at least. The whole gun's bigger. So and the barrel is a lot more straight, whereas this one's kind of drooping, as you can see. So definitely looks a lot better. This comes up almost to the guy's, the Spartan's shoulders. So next we have the MK50 sidekick. Is that correct? Yes, it is. Looks good. Just a modern looking pistol. I think it looks awesome. Some green and black, not much to it. I like how boxy and square it looks, so that's good. Got the little peg hole there for the sidearm placement, so looks good. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and take a look at the hands here. We get the two fist hands in case you want to make them box or anything like that. I think mine has a paint splotch. Yeah, you can see a little bit of green there. No big deal. They look fine. We've gotten these before. No big change there. We have the pointed hand for the left side as well. This is also, I think it is a good hand to go opposite of the sword with your Spartan, but you can use it to point. So, and then we have the two trigger fingers, left and right. So look good. No big changes to the hands. So, and next up we have the Spartan Gungnir. As far as this figure goes, I'm going to talk about the aesthetic and a couple of differences from this one and the original one that we got. That was the orange one. I think it was series 2 or 3, if I remember correctly. And then from there, we'll go ahead and take a look at the accessories. Again, I already talked about the joints in the other one, and they are the same as this one here. So with that being said, Spartan Gungnir, check it out. Paint looks great. I think this is such a cool paint scheme. It is a little bit more colorful than I would have necessarily wanted with the red highlights you have on the shoulders. You have some blue, you have some red there, some yellow even thrown in. But overall, I mean, I do love the kind of like the cool gray that they have going on here. It looks great with the, again, the silver dry brushing. Looks solid as well. So let's talk more specific about the aesthetics. So you got the blue here, little highlight there on the shoulder, red on the shoulder as well. The red on the forearm, yellow on the forearm, some blue there. This mouthpiece here, I'll just call it a mouthpiece, and the chest piece right here, they both kind of look like a dark purple, like a purplish color. And as far as the chest goes, I don't think we've gotten this chest before, so that is pretty interesting. Looks different, so that's nice. Again, you have this crotch area, that kind of purple color as well. It's kind of all throughout the figure. So if you take a look at the back too, see the top of the spine area, There you go, some blue there. The back has the yellow and red follow through from the front. So, and there we go on the bottom. I like to show sometimes and not necessarily just, you know, talk through the whole thing. So shoulder, or the knee pads with the red highlights as well. So looks great. We also have the yellow with the eyepiece there. One thing I want to note, my figure is not dirty. They put some more of that brown blotching on this as well, and I think it looks good. It really brings the figure to life. People are gonna customize these left and right, but it seems like Wicked Cool Toys is already kind of putting their own little visual cues on it, and I think it really just makes the figure go that extra little step as far as not looking just like a piece of plastic, if that makes sense. So you can see that brown on the visor there, so that is interesting, and it looks great. Honestly, it makes the figure really just come to life. So there's that. It seems, again, I've said this earlier in the review, but it seems like they are taking cues from other, from what they're seeing in the community. So make sure you guys keep tagging them on Instagram, Facebook, whatever you are. Joints are the same on this one. One thing I want to note, as far as this figure goes, the hip and down is the same as the Mark 7. We'll go ahead and compare it right there. Just the difference is this little satchel part right there. So, but they are the same. Obviously the chest pieces are different. This chest piece seems to be a new one. Looks good. These shoulders seem to be new as well, and they look great as well. So we've gotten the Spartan Gungnir obviously before, so the head is the same, except for one little thing. So I want to go ahead and talk about that. And I think this is really cool. And there that goes. So there you go. Again, Wicked Cool Toys. Thank you guys. You guys are just, you're pushing the envelope. This thing had literally no reason to have a metallic finish to it, but it does. And that is just a little extra step that differentiates the figures, I think. So really cool there. One thing I want to note, these figures, they do still have this hidden compartment on the sidearm. Come on. There we go. What you do with that is this pops off of it. You flip it around and then put it in there, and then you can put a pistol there. You have that one on the side as well as this one on the back. So, and you flip it around, put it like that, and then put in the accessories. Speaking of accessories, we'll go ahead and talk about those right now. Comes with the same exact pistol. That's it. Boom. They stand out with this figure. It does have the battle rifle. I think the battle rifle looks awesome. The only thing I would ask is maybe put some like blue here and blue here, like a dark blue. If you're a customizer, or you know, if you have some paint, you can just do that yourself. But the battle rifle looks great. The only thing I would kind of gripe on is maybe the barrel. It could be a little bit smaller, and if they can make it hollow, that would be cool. But again, it looks fine, honestly, but just a little bit thinner, and I think they would get the exact look perfect. So there you are. Looks great with the gray and the black. Nothing too crazy here. Trigger fingers, there you go. And then you have the pointer finger as well, same as the other one. And then last but not least, we have the two-fisted hands. So same as the other one. And there you guys have it, the Spartan 2-pack with the Spartan Gungnir and Mark 7. As far as my verdict on these two figures, yes, we've gotten a release of each of them before, but honestly, I would recommend picking this up. If you want a decent amount, a decent volume of Spartans in your collection, this is definitely worth picking up. They've done enough here differently that it justifies the secondary purchase. I can tell you that means a lot, because a lot of companies, they would just rehash these figures, maybe in just a different color, same exact accessories and everything like that, and then just put it in a 2-pack. It's like we've gotten that already. But these ones have different visors, armor pieces, different, we finally got the BR in Spartan collection scale, so that's great. And they changed the sniper rifle too. A lot of companies, again, they wouldn't do that. So I think what they're seeing is a lot of these customizers on Instagram, Facebook, Etsy, putting out products and people using them and creating their own Spartan army. So really quick shout out to Marky Mark 29, Xanthar Customs, as well as Hot Fuzz Customs too. So all of these guys are pushing the envelope, and I think Wicked Cool Toys is taking a notice and implementing that into their figures as well. So if you find this, I got it for $44.99 USD at Target. Definitely give it a try, and I think you won't regret picking this one up. With that being said, guys, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Have a nice day.